Hello, this is Eileen, the environmental educator. And in this video, we're going to talk about our buddies up north over the border there in Canada, Rebel News. They are always good for, criticizing the government and environmental voices about being ridiculous, but refusing to give you good environmental news and or inform their audience that all of these environmental voices are preventing solutions frauds. So their ridiculous solutions wouldn't even be being talked about if they would allow real solutions. But this came across my Facebook feed, and Quebec's government run liquor stores are doing their part to combat climate change by removing refrigerators. So you want to go to the liquor store and buy a cold beer? Not anymore. So, I remind Rebel News and let its readers know, unfortunately, Rebel News will not give you good environmental news. Like all environmental solutions are preventing solutions fraud since November 93. Real needed sensible solutions like ending environmental illiteracy and our disposable society and hemp for everything. Getting on real solutions would make all this go away, but Rebel News and all independent truth, in her quotes, censors this desperately needed global truth. And these independent news people, they out there complaining, criticizing the state-run government propaganda media, but they're not any better because they just have their agenda and stick to it and won't give you any good information. What is the matter with informing their people that Justin Trudeau, this is his executive correspondence officer, please be assured that your comments have been carefully reviewed. Sounds like Gore's letter, and but it falls under the portfolio of the Minister of the Environment and Climate Change. And, I'm like, well, you're their boss, so tell them what to do. But Trudeau won't allow solutions. And, I went to Rebel News and then I just went through some of their headlines. And right here today, there's two environmental headlines, which is the UN Secretary General climate time bomb is ticking. They have a new report that claims it's running out to limit the severity of global warming. And then down here, they have this article about the government-run liquor stores. Now, the United Nations, okay, time is running out. We've all heard that for decades now here, but they're always coming out with new reports, and Rebel News will tell you about it and criticize them. And the report, of course, as always, is that there's a rapidly closing window of opportunity to secure a livable and sustainable future for all. The choices and actions implemented in this decade will have impacts now and for thousands of years. So it's urgent, urgent, urgent. Of course, we all know that because we hear it every time an environmental report is published. So down towards the end, it says the report acknowledges the falling costs of renewable energy sources and the availability of numerous climate solutions, not ones that would actually achieve that all of these people have been refusing since November 93. And if they had allowed solutions, this conversation it wouldn't be happening because the problem would just be solved. But do they blame them for not having solutions? Them refusing solutions? No. Insufficient and misaligned finance is holding back progress, says the co-author of the report that came out. And Gutierrez, he's the head of the UN. The Secretary General, Antonio Gutierrez, however you say that, Um, he presented an acceleration agenda, including net zero electricity for all developed economies by 2035, ending all licensing or funding of new oil and gas projects, and stopping the expansion of existing oil and gas reserves. Right. They want you back in the Stone Age, because that could be the only solution, where if they would just end our disposable society, get people environmentally literate, gain their cooperation so they live responsibly, just eat, and even including, growing your own food. I mean, how much of our disposable society is packaging that food comes in? Okay, and hemp for everything. We don't need plastics, we don't need the chemicals, we don't need the toxins. We just need sound, sensible solutions, and this is it right here. But where is the UN in not allowing solutions? Well, this is just from April 21st, 2019. These are all of the emails that the UN has gotten from me, reminding them that they are preventing solutions frauds. Now, some of them are duplicates, like right here. Okay, see this? Yeah, I got busted. I can't. They don't let me do this anymore. I've started getting like red things flashing up on the screen. But I would send the same email a number of times, like late at night. Okay, so no one else is emailing at that time. So when they come in, like their screen will be filled like this. Okay, see this is another one. It's all the same subject box. Okay, so some of them are duplicates, but a lot aren't. And I mean, that is how much I go to get the UN's attention. And if you've seen my other videos before, these go to the secretary, the head of the UN Environmental Committee, and so this gets to the appropriate emails. And can the UN be bothered with actual real solutions? No. And will Rebel News or any independent truth media tell you that? No, it's their job. It's Rebel News's job to give you good information, not just, give their take on it, that global warming is not real and these guys are so horrible. Well, why wouldn't Rebel News want us to lead the world with hemp, or just living responsibly and ending our disposable society? Right? The same question. Alex Jones, Mike Adams, James O'Keefe. What is the matter with the world knowing that? Nothing. Nothing. We might actually do some good. But all of those big, huge voices won't allow it, and more. Across the spectrum, the independent media is as absolutely as horrible as the state-run government propaganda press. But now here's a little article about their over the next 15 years, that they intend to remove 2/3 of the refrigerators from its stores, reducing the number of refrigerators from around 3,000 to 900. So they're going to reduce it in about a third over the next 15 years. Okay, so that's not quite as dramatic as the headline makes it sound, like they're all going to be out of the stores tomorrow. Okay, but do we need this solution? No, no. We need real solutions that if we got on, we wouldn't be Mickey Mousing around with ridiculous stuff like this. We would let you have a cold beverage. Oh, isn't that so nice of us? We, meaning the government, would let you, the human being, have a cold beverage. Let's say that all of this talk wouldn't be here, so we wouldn't have to be talking about ridiculousness like this. But, Rebel News will not give you good information. Okay, so you know what? Yeah, before when I said 1/3, that's they're keeping 1/3. So yes, they're getting rid of 2/3 of the refrigeration in the store. All right, over the next 15 years, they're bringing it down by 2,100 refrigerators. Okay, is that really earth shattering? No, but when you go to net zero electricity, you might not have that refrigerator in your home. So when you take that warm beer from the store, you'll be drinking it warm. I don't know how far they're going to go with this, but it's ridiculous. And it wouldn't be happening if we had press actually give you good news. But right here, the spokesperson Genevieve Cormier commented that the changes will require some adjustment both from our employees and the customers, right? You, the people, you're just going to have to adjust your lives. There's no need to adjust your lives. We just need to start living them responsibly. Okay? And so she said, the Crown Cooperation is confident the Crown Corporation is confident the public will rally behind the change and appreciate its efforts to reduce Quebec's carbon footprint. Okay. Now, Quebec could have been should have long ago if Trudeau had allowed solutions. Since 2019, again, that's when I'm like, oh, he has an email. If they had allowed solutions, we'd be on real solutions. And we wouldn't be out telling the people that you're going to require some changes. Yeah, you know what? With my agenda, you are going to require some changes. Like, yeah, you know what? You can have disposable in your house, but those products are going to cost a lot more because, there is such a good thing as a green tax where you can tax things you have the option to not do. Like if there's a carbon tax and you're reliant on carbon, you don't have the option to not pay that. Okay. But, with a green tax and you tax disposable products because they truly are just so irresponsible, you can do it. You're just going to pay for it. Okay. You have the option, but you could just live responsibly and just be an adult and go, yeah, you know what? I can wash a plate. I can wash a cup. I can wash some silverware. And there's really no need for it. Well, you have your option. Yeah. So if we just got on real solutions, yeah, you know what? You would be making, what is it they called it? Um, some adjustments. Yeah, adjustments. But these are at least sound and sensible. And we're not mandating that, you can't go and buy cold beer anymore. But all of this continues because all of these news media journalists, they call themselves, will not give you good press because the way to end all of this ridiculous, that is headlines right out here on Rebel News Today, is to, what do they say? Sunlight's the best disinfectant. You have to expose them. Right. But not environmentally because all of these independent truth media, all they want to do is push their agenda that climate change isn't real, global warming is not real, and so therefore you don't have to care anything at all about the planet, and that's just absolutely ridiculous. So Rebel News is just, as always, as big of a disgrace as Alex Jones, as Mike Adams, as Alex Newman, as Greg Hunter, as Lisa Haven, as Sean at SGT, Dan Press for Truth, Tracy Beans at Uncover DC. She told me to stop. She got a few emails from me and I was harassing her. I was threatening her. She's tired of my threatening emails. I didn't send a threatening email, but her knowing she's not doing the right thing makes her feel threatened. So all of these independent, media who won't do their job is the reason while all of this ridiculousness and this tyranny is coming into your lives. And so they're stepping it up here in Quebec, and the UN is stepping it up. Why? Because the media and all of your voices that you trust to think that they're giving you what the mainstream propaganda won't isn't doing their job environmentally. So stay tuned, people.